Good morning, all of you. Now, today I will start with refraction of light. First question arises, what is refraction of light? You know that when light passes through a transparent medium, what happens? There is change in the medium whose density is different. Since the density of medium get changed, so what happened? The speed of the light will also get changed. Due to change in the speed of light, the path of the light will also get changed. The phenomena of change in the path of light, when the light moves from one medium to another medium, is called refraction of light. I repeat again, refraction is sudden or abrupt change in the path of the light. When the light moves from one medium to another medium is called refraction of light. Now the question arises, what causes refraction? When the light moves from one medium to another medium, there is change in the density, and because of this change in density, the speed of the light will get changed. So, cause of refraction is change in the speed of light when the light goes from one medium to another medium. Now, there are three laws of refraction of light. First one is the incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lie at the same plane. I am repeating again. The incident ray, the refracted ray, and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. Second one, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for a pair of media. The constant is known as refractive index, and this law is known as Snell's law. I repeat, the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is constant for a pair of media. The constant is known as refractive index, and the law is known as Snell's law. Third one, when the light goes from one medium to another medium, the frequency of the light does not change. However, the velocity of the light and the wavelength of the light get changed. I am repeating again, when the light moves from one medium to another, the frequency of the light does not change. However, the velocity of light and the wavelength of light get changed. Next, you have to read what is refractive index. Refractive index is actually ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in a given medium. I am repeating again, the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in a given medium. You are comparing the speed of light in a given medium with respect to that of speed of light in vacuum. This is represented by, this refractive index is represented by mu, and mu equals to velocity of light in vacuum to the speed of light in a given medium. We call it as absolute refractive index also. Now nu equals to C by V, where C is speed of light in vacuum. Its value is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and V is the speed of light in a given medium. A medium with higher refractive index is said to be optically denser compared to a medium with lower refractive index. Refractive index has no unit. Since it is a ratio, so it has no unit. Refractive index is actually the characteristics property of the medium that depend only upon the nature of material of the medium and the color or wavelength of the light. So only these two factors. First one is nature of material of the medium and the color or the wavelength of light on which refractive index depend. Now, next word is relative refractive index. Just now you have read about absolute refractive index, where you are comparing the speed of light in a medium with respect to speed of light in a vacuum. Now, relative refractive index, it is the ratio of velocity of light in one medium with respect to velocity of light in another medium. You are comparing the velocity of light in one medium with respect to another medium. So, refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. We can write it like this, nu 2 in here, 1 you have to write and 2 here. So this is how you will read it. Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. We can write refractive index of second medium to that of refractive index of first medium. N2 is C by V2, and you have to multiply with the reciprocal of nu1. Nu1 is C by V1. So C by V1, you have to multiply it with its reciprocal, it will be V1 by C. C will get cancelled, you are getting V1 by V2. So refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to velocity of light in first medium with respect to velocity of light in second medium. Similarly, we can write refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium equals to velocity of light in second medium to that of velocity of light in first medium. When you multiply the two refractive index, means refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium into refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium, this is equal to V1 by V2 into V2 by V1. V2, V2 cancel and V1, V1 cancel. You are getting 1. So you can write refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium is equal to the reciprocal of refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. The direction of bending of light. How will you find the direction of bending of light? In which direction the light will refract? When the light moves from rarer medium to denser medium. Rarer medium, suppose air you have taken, and the light moves from air to glass. So then glass becomes the denser medium and air is rarer medium. When light moves from rarer medium to denser medium, it will bend toward the normal. So in this case, see angle I, angle made by incident ray with the normal, that is angle of incidence, will be greater than angle of refraction. Here, if there is no, if you take single medium, suppose rarer medium, the light will travel in the straight line. But since the light is moving from rarer to denser medium, density will get changed. So speed of the light will get changed. The path will get changed at the boundary. The light ray will bend toward the normal. So angle of incidence will be greater than angle of refraction. Now what happened when the light moved from denser to rarer? See this diagram? When the light moves from denser medium to rarer medium, it bends away from normal. Here, the angle I is less than angle R. That is, angle of incidence is less than angle of refraction. See here, the refracted ray is moving away from the normal. Now, condition for no refraction. When the light incident normally, then what happened? When the light incident normally on the boundary separating the two medium, in that case, there will be no refraction, right? When the light moves, light incident normally on the boundary separating the two medium, there will be no refraction, and there will be no refraction when the refractive index of two medium is equal. So these are the two conditions for no refraction of light. Now, refraction of light through glass slab. What is glass slab? A piece of transparent medium which is bounded by 6 rectangular surface. This is when you just take a white sheet of paper, place this glass slab at its center and make the boundary. Since it is cuboidal in shape, you will get a rectangle. Now take a point O and draw a normal at that point. Take an angle of 30 degree. Suppose we have taken here 30 degree and make an angle of 30 degree. The light the path along which the light incident on this glass slab, we call it as incident ray, and the angle made by the incident ray with the normal, let it be 30 degree. Fix two pins on the incident ray at a distance of 1.5 centimeter or 2 centimeter. Now see from the other side, you will see the image of the two pins. Suppose the pin is P and Q. See the image of pin P and Q from the other side of the just opposite side of the glass slab. You can see its image. Fix two more pins in such a way that the image of pin P and Q and the pin R and S that you have fixed all appears to be in the same line. Now encircle the pins P, Q and RS, right? And then remove the pins. Join the point P and Q, R and S to the glass slab. The angle made by this ray with the normal, draw normal at the point at both the boundary. The angle made by the incident ray with the normal is angle of incidence. Here we have taken 30 degree. The angle, what will happen as the ray is moving from rarer to denser medium, it will bend toward the normal. So this is refracted ray. And you will find that when you measure this, when you join the point O, and suppose this point is O dash, when you join point O and O dash, you will get refracted ray. When you measure the angle made by the refracted ray with the normal, you will get that it is smaller than angle of incidence. It is coming approximately 18 or 19 degree. Now, at the other end where you have this point O dash, let it be O dash, make a perpendicular here also. And measure the angle made by this emergent ray, the ray that is coming out of the glass slab. Now, what happened at this surface? This ray, refracted ray, becomes the incident ray at this surface, right? Since the ray is moving from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. And the ray that is coming out of the glass slab, we call it as emergent ray. Measure the angle made by the emergent ray with the normal. It is angle of emergence. Measure it, you will find that it is also 30 degree. So angle of incidence is equal to angle of emergence in case of refraction through glass slab. Second observation, angle of refraction will be always less than angle of incidence. It is coming at almost 18 to 90 degree, whereas the angle of incidence is 30 degree. Now forward this incident ray with the help of scale, you will find that the emergent ray get laterally shifted. They become parallel. Incident ray when forwarded and the emergent ray both become parallel to each other. So there is lateral displacement here. So what is your observation when the light moves through the glass slab? If I ask you to trace the path of light through the glass slab, so this is how you are going to do. And what is your observation? What conclusion you will draw from here? Angle of incidence and angle of emergence will be equal. What is angle of incidence? Angle made by incident ray with the normal. What is angle of emergence? Angle made by emergent ray with the normal. And what is angle of refraction? Angle made by refracted ray with the normal. So angle I will be equals to angle E. If angle I is 30 degree, angle E will also comes 30 degree. If angle I is 45, then angle E will also be 45. But angle R will be always less than angle I. Second observation or that you have seen, incident ray when forwarded, it become parallel to emergent ray. I think it is clear to you. Now next is what is lateral displacement. In this diagram you have seen that when the light ray moves through the glass slab, it gets laterally displaced. See in this diagram, you have forwarded the incident ray and the emergent ray become parallel. They get laterally displaced. So what is this lateral displacement? When light moves through a glass slab, the emergent ray is shifted sidewise from the direction of original incident ray. This lateral shift is called lateral displacement. Now the question arises, what are the factors on which lateral displacement depend? Lateral displacement is directly proportional to angle of incidence. What does it mean? More the angle of incidence, more will be the lateral displacement. Second factor on which lateral displacement depend, it is directly proportional to thickness of glass slab. More the thickness of glass slab, more will be the lateral displacement. Lateral displacement is directly proportional to refractive index of the medium. More the refractive index, more will be the lateral displacement. Then fourth factor on which it depends, it is inversely proportional to wavelength of the light, or you can write it is inversely proportional to the color of the light. More the wavelength, smaller will be the lateral displacement, right? So very important question, lateral, what is lateral displacement and the factor on which lateral displacement depend. I'm repeating again. When the light moves through glass slab, the emergent ray is shifted sidewise from the direction of original incident ray. This lateral shift is called lateral displacement, and the factor on which it depends upon angle of incidence, it depends upon thickness of glass slab, and it depends upon refractive index. In all these three cases, lateral displacement is directly proportional to all these three factors, but it is inversely proportional to wavelength of the light, that is color of the light. Now refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium, we can write this is equals to sine I by sine R. Refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium, we can write sine R2 by sine E. These are the two equations that you have got. Light travel through water with a speed of 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now, if I ask you what is the refractive index of water? Second question, light travel from medium 1 to denser medium. Medium 1 is rarer medium to denser medium 2. The angle of incidence and the angle of refraction is 45 degree and 30 degree respectively. Calculate the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Here one more question is there, A and B. B is the refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium. Also you are asked to find it out. And the third numerical is a pond of depth 20 centimeter is filled with water of refractive index 4 by 3. Calculate the apparent depth. And the fourth, two more questions is here. How much time will the light take to cross 2 millimeter thick glass slab? Glass pan is there if refractive index of glass is 3 by 2. And the last numerical is how is the real depth of swimming pool? How is the real depth of a swimming pool when its bottom appears to be raised by 1 meter, given that refractive index of water is 4 by 3. Now we are having three formula in hand. Refractive index is actually, this is relative refractive index. It is the ratio of velocity of light in vacuum to the velocity of light in a given medium. We also know that refractive index is actually ratio of sine I to that of sine R. And also one formula is there, refractive index is ratio of real depth to that of apparent depth. Now let us solve the numerical. The first one was, what is the refractive index of water given that the speed of light in water is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So refractive index, we know it is equal to C by V. C is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second and V is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. You just find the value. 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second by 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 10 to the power 8 meter per second will get cancelled, right? Then what is left? 3 by 2.25. Remove point, you will get 300 by 225. When you solve it, you will get 4 by 3, which is equal to 1.33. Second one is, light travel from rarer medium 1 to denser medium 2. Angle of incidence and angle of refraction is given 45 degree and 30 degree respectively. So angle of incidence, angle I is 45 degree, angle R is 30 degree. Calculate the refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. This is sine I by sine R. This is equal to sine 45 degree by sine 30 degree. Sine 45 degree, we know 1 by root 2. And sine 30 degree, it is 1 by 2. So you have to multiply with the reciprocal, you will get 2 by 1. And when you cut it, simplify it, you will get root 2. The value of root 2 is 1.414. Refractive index is having no unit, so answer will be 1.414. And if you are asked in B, you are asked to find out refractive index of first medium with respect to second. We know this formula, refractive index of first with respect to second is equal to reciprocal of refractive index of second with respect to first. So you will get this is equal to 1 by root 2. Since it is root 2, so you are getting here 1 by root 2. Number 3. Number 3, a pond of real depth, depth is 20 centimeter, is filled with water of refractive index. Refractive index is given 4 by 3 and depth is given 20 centimeter. It is real depth. You are asked to find out apparent depth. We know this formula. This one we are going to use. Refractive index is equal to real depth by apparent depth. Apparent depth is equals to real depth by refractive index. Here apparent depth is equals to refractive index by, see here, 1 second. You want to find out apparent depth, so real depth by refractive index. Real depth, it is 20. Refractive index is 4 by 3, so 3 will go up. 4, 5 to 20, and 5 into 3, that is 15 centimeter, is the apparent depth. Number 4. How much time? Time is asked. Will the light take to cross 2 millimeter thick glass slab? Glass pan, it is written, sorry. If refractive index of glass is 3 by 2, refractive index is given 3 by 2, and total length, thickness is given 2 millimeter. Time is asked. Number 4. Here thickness is, let us represent it by x. X is 2 millimeter, convert it into meter. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Refractive index is given 3 by 2. Time is asked. We know refractive index is equal to C by V, where C is speed of light in vacuum and V is the speed of light in a given medium. Using this formula, we will find out V. So V equals to C by nu. C is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second by refractive index. Refractive index is 3 by 2. So 2 will go up. You are getting 2 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Also we know velocity equals to distance covered by time. So time equals to distance covered by velocity. Here the distance covered is 2 into, substitute the value, 2 into 10 to the power minus 3. Write it here, 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, and velocity 2 into 10 to the power 8. Here 2 into 10 to the power minus 3 by 2 into 10 to the power 8. 2 will get cancelled. Above it is 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, and in the denominator 10 to the power 8. So 10 to the power 8 will go up and it will become negative. So 10 to the power minus 3 minus 8, you are getting 10 to the power minus 11 second. 10 to the power minus 11 second is the answer. Number 5. Number 5 is, how is real depth of a swimming pool when its bottom appears to be raised by 1 meter? Bottom appears to be raised by 1 meter. You are asked to find out real depth, right? Given refractive index of water is 4 by 3. Come to the solution. See here, refractive index is 4 by 3, right? Refractive index, we know real depth by apparent depth. In place of refractive index, it is 4 by 3. real depth is x, apparent depth is y. 4 by 3, you just subtract 1 in both the side. 4 by 3 minus 1, it is x by y minus 1. This bottom appears to be raised by 1 meter, right? And see here, this is the real depth, x is real depth, y is apparent depth, 1 meter. It appears to be raised. The bottom appears to be raised. So 4 by 3 minus 1, you are getting 1 by 3. And you just solve it, x by y minus 1, it is x minus y by y. This is equal to, so x minus y, how much it is? X minus y, it is 1. You are getting, in place of x minus y, write down 1 by y. Now cross multiply, y equals to 3 meter. But you are asked to find out the value of x. Here y you have got. So substitute the value of y in x minus y equals to 1. X equals to 1 plus y, or 1 plus 3, you are getting 4 meter. 4 meter is the actual depth. Apparent is 3 meter. The bottom appears to be raised by 1 meter. I think it is clear to you. So next day, I will start with refraction through prism. Thank you. Have a nice day.